I'll do it tomorrow. Until tomorrow never came. Michael Thompson was one of the busiest young men in New York City. At 30 years old, he had everything he once dreamed about. A high-paying job, a luxury apartment in Manhattan, a new car, and a promising future. People admired his success, his coworkers respected him, his friends envied his lifestyle. But there was one person who never cared about his money, his job title, or his achievements. His mother. Every morning, Sarah Thompson woke up in her small home in Buffalo, New York, and thought about her son. She lived alone after her husband passed away years earlier. Michael was her entire world. Every day she waited for his calls. Every day she hoped he would visit. And every day she heard the same words. Mom, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow. A simple word, a dangerous word, a word that slowly stole precious moments from both of them. One Sunday afternoon, Sarah baked Michael's favorite apple pie. The smell filled the house. As she placed it on the table, she smiled. Maybe today he would come. She picked up her phone and called him. Michael glanced at the screen while sitting in a meeting. Mom calling. He smiled, then pressed decline. A minute later he sent a text. Busy right now, I'll call you tomorrow. Sarah looked at the message. Her smile faded slightly, but she typed back, okay sweetheart, love you. Michael never noticed how quickly she replied. He never noticed because he always assumed there would be another day. Another call, another visit, another tomorrow. Months passed. Winter arrived. Sarah's health began to decline. Her doctor advised her to rest more. She often felt tired, sometimes dizzy, but she didn't tell Michael. She knew how busy he was. One snowy evening she called him again. Hi sweetheart. Hey mom, I was just thinking about you. Michael laughed. You always think about me. That's what mothers do. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Sarah quietly said, I miss you. Michael looked at his laptop. Several work emails were waiting. A presentation needed to be finished. A client meeting was scheduled for the next morning. I miss you too, Mom. When can I see you? Michael hesitated. Maybe next weekend. Sarah smiled sadly. You always say that. I know. I'll come. I promise. When? Michael laughed. Tomorrow. Sarah didn't laugh. Something about that word hurt now. Because tomorrow had become a place where promises went to disappear. The next morning she sat by the window watching snow fall outside. Across the street, children built snowmen. Families laughed together. Cars passed. Hours passed. The phone never rang. The house remained silent. That night Sarah opened an old photo album. Page after page showed memories. Michael's first birthday. His first day of school. His high school graduation. The day he left for college. Sarah touched each picture carefully. Then tears rolled down her cheeks. Not because she was angry. Because she missed him. Meanwhile, Michael was attending a company dinner in Manhattan. The restaurant was beautiful. Everyone celebrated a major business deal. His phone vibrated. Mom calling. He looked at the screen. Then looked around. Everyone was talking. Everyone was laughing. He silenced the phone. I'll call her tomorrow. A few minutes later another call. Then another. Then a voicemail. Michael decided to listen later. The next morning he finally opened the voicemail. His mother's voice filled the room. Hi sweetheart. A pause. I know you're busy. Another pause. I just wanted to hear your voice. Her voice sounded weaker than usual. I love you. The message ended. Michael felt guilty. For a moment he considered calling. Then another work notification appeared. He put the phone away. Tomorrow. Always. Tomorrow. 3 weeks later, Michael received a call at 5:37 a.m. An unknown number. Still half asleep, he answered. Hello, is this Michael Thompson? Yes. This is Buffalo General Hospital. His heart immediately sank. Your mother was admitted last night. Michael sat upright. What happened? She suffered a severe stroke. Fear rushed through him. Can I speak to her? The nurse became quiet. Very quiet. Then she said words Michael would never forget. I'm sorry. The world stopped. His heart shattered. Everything became blurry. The phone slipped from his hand. No. His voice cracked. No. But reality didn't change. His mother was gone. The drive to Buffalo felt endless. For 7 hours Michael drove through tears. Memories flooded his mind. Every ignored call. Every postponed visit. Every promise. Every tomorrow. When he finally reached the hospital, it was too late. Sarah lay peacefully beneath a white blanket. Michael walked toward her slowly. His legs felt weak. His chest hurt. His entire body trembled. Mom. Silence. He grabbed her hand. Cold. Still. Gone. For the first time in his life, she wasn't there. He collapsed beside her bed and cried harder than he ever had before. "I'm sorry." The words echoed through the room. "I was going to visit." Tears streamed down his face. "I was going to call." His voice broke completely. "I was going to do it tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. After the funeral, Michael returned to his mother's house. The silence was unbearable. Everything remained exactly as she left it. Her glasses sat on the kitchen table. A half-finished knitting project rested beside her chair. The apple pie recipe she always used was still pinned to the refrigerator. The house felt frozen in time. While cleaning her bedroom, Michael discovered a wooden box. His name was written on top. For Michael. His hands shook as he opened it. Inside were dozens of letters. The first one read, "Open when you miss me." Michael opened it immediately. Inside, Sarah had written, "My sweet boy, if you're reading this, then I'm no longer there to tell you how much I love you. Please don't spend your life drowning in regret. I always knew you loved me. A mother's heart knows these things. I never needed perfect visits. I never needed expensive gifts. I only wanted time with my son." Michael cried uncontrollably. Tears soaked the letter. He opened another. "Do you remember when you were afraid of thunderstorms? You would run into my room and hold my hand. You believed I could protect you from anything. The truth is that you protected me too. Being your mother was the greatest blessing of my life." By the time Michael finished reading, he could barely breathe through his tears. Then he found one final envelope. It simply said, "Open last." Inside was a single page. "Michael, life is shorter than we think. Never delay love. Never postpone kindness. Never wait for the perfect moment. Call the people you love today. Visit them today. Forgive them today. Because tomorrow is never promised. And sometimes tomorrow never comes. Love, Mom." Michael stared at the words for a long time. Outside the window, snow slowly fell from the sky. For the first time, he understood. Success had given him money. But it had stolen moments he could never get back. No promotion was worth missing time with his mother. No meeting was worth ignoring her calls. No amount of money could buy one more conversation. One more hug. One more, "I love you." Years later, Michael changed his life completely. He spent more time with family. He visited elderly people living alone. He volunteered at nursing homes. And whenever someone said, "I'll do it tomorrow," Michael quietly replied, "Don't wait, do it today," because he knew a painful truth that most people learn too late. Sometimes the greatest regrets in life are not the things we did. They're the things we kept postponing until tomorrow. And sometimes, tomorrow never comes. Heart loudly crying open book.